In our current series, Newy, we have been having an ongoing conversation with our students, teaching them to set goals. Let's face it, the new year is a great chance to think about goals because everything we look at this time of year is flooded with this type of messaging. And it's a good chance for us to show our students that setting attainable goals as it relates to our growing relationship with Jesus is a good idea. That's where the AGADay comes in. The AGADay stands for a gospel a day. The AGADay is a catchy way for students to remember to set a goal to read a section of the Gospels every day. There's a section of the Bible called the Gospels. The Gospels are a total of 4 books called Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And these books tell us all about the birth of Jesus, the life of Jesus, and the death of Jesus. Now remember, the AGADay, a gospel a day, is not to read an entire gospel every day. It's to read just a section of a gospel every day. You see, the Bible is a collection of books, and almost every book has chapters. Same with the gospel. So the way you activate the crazy, amazing power of the AGADay in your life is to read a section of the gospel each day. The AGADay will help us learn directly from Jesus himself and help us in everyday challenges of our life. Did you know that the Bible can help you face the challenges of your life? It really can. And yes, at Max Life, we always try to think of ways to help our students remember this content. Here's another one. BATLL. BATLL. It stands for be like, act like, talk like, look like, and love like Jesus. That's the power of the AGADay. If you plan to make the AGADay something that you do in the new year, I guarantee that you will look at the world differently around you. I also guarantee that you will begin to look at yourself differently, like in a completely positive way. I also guarantee that you will look at other people, both in your life and even complete strangers, in a totally different way. And I guarantee that the AGADay will help you accept people for who they are. This is a process. It won't be perfect, and you may miss a day, and that's okay. It's a journey that if you choose, like decide, it can start now. And little by little, over time, you will start to look like and be like, act like, and love like Jesus. So, how is the AGADay effective? Hebrews says this. It says, "For the word of God is alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrates even dividing soul and spirit, joints and marrow. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of the heart." That's extreme. The Word of God is referred to as the Bible, and in the Bible, in the New Testament, which means after Jesus, the first 4 books, again, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, are all about the life of Jesus. And like Hebrews says, the more you read and learn about Jesus, the more it penetrates you. It splits you in your soul, through your spirit, through your joints and marrow, so much so that it affects your thoughts and attitudes all the way to your heart. 2 big things to remember as you do this. The more you read them, the more you will see Him. There's so much to learn about your faith. It's a process and it's a journey, but how are you going to learn until you put the time in, right? So the AGADay is designed to help you learn. And the more you read them, the Gospels, the more you will see Him, Jesus. Here are 3 verses from the Bible that will help you get excited to jump in on the AGADay today. "He came and preached peace to you who were far and away, and peace to those who were near. For through Him we both have access to the Father by one Spirit." This passage gives us insight about Jesus. He came and preached peace to everyone, near and far. And the author is also affirming that Jesus is the only way we get to God. Check out what Jesus says in the Gospel of John. And this could be one of the things you read as you go through the challenge. He says, "I am the way, I am the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Since Jesus is the only way to get to God, then we need to be learning all we can about Jesus. So use the AGADay to get this done. And there's so much for us to learn about Jesus. Check out what Ephesians says. It says, "I pray that out of His glorious riches He may strengthen you with power through His Spirit in your inner being, so that Christ may dwell in your hearts through faith. And I pray that you, being rooted and established in love, may have power together with all the Lord's holy people to grasp how wide, how long, how high, and deep is the love of Christ. And to know that this love that surpasses knowledge, that you may be filled to the measure of all the fullness of God." You see, when we learn about Jesus, our faith grows. Our soul gets strengthened through the Spirit of God. We begin to be established and rooted in love, and we journey on the process of understanding how wide, how long, and how deep the love of Jesus is. And over time, His love becomes familiar to us, and we become filled to the measure of the fullness of God, the AGADay. Let's do it, students. Hope you have an awesome week, and we'll see you soon at Max Life.